There we go. So to access the Sage Supplier Center, as I mentioned, it's a website. So it's sagesuppliercenter.com. And I did set up kind of a team login for you guys. Um, so Aaron has, somebody has that information.
And that should have come into our team mailbox. So if
Yes,
somebody can just take a look, make sure it's there, and please move it into Bitwarden as well.
It is there.
Okay,
perfect.
thanks.
Perfect. So once you log into the system, this is what it's going to look at. You're going to land on the dashboard. So to access your product data, it's going to be in the products area. And you guys currently have about almost 2,900 products. So you're about 28, 25 listed in the system. We were successful in updating your pricing on August the 1st. Yay. So hopefully all of that is going to be correct. Now, one of the biggest things and the most important things is to make sure that you verify your products because the verification plays a big factor in the overall visibility of your products. Plus, a lot of suppliers, when they're searching, or distributors, when they're searching for products, they will filter down and only show verified products. There's two ways that products can be verified. The first way is manually through the Sage Supplier Center. And then the second way is with a spreadsheet. I'm going to show you both of those. Now, the nice thing about the system too is it has several different filters. So if you need to filter down your products a little bit, you can do that. So we have expired, active, unverified here. And then right here we have a sort. So if you want to sort your items by item number, if you want to do it by item name or category, most of your products are shirts or pants. You have a lot of those in those categories, but you can certainly do that. So like if you wanted to just work on your backpacks, you could do that as well. You can also just, like I said, if you only want to work on backpacks, you can just type in backpacks here and it would just pull up your backpacks. So it's more user friendly than the old app was when it comes to finding your products. Here are kind of like little, I call them help dots. So it shows the green shows how many active products that you have. The red shows if there's any expired products, which you guys do not have any. And then the orange shows any products that have not been verified. And if you click on that dot, it will actually filter to just the unverified products. If you are manually verifying a product, let me find one that, here we go. Now, it's kind of like folders. So each folder has the information on that one specific product. So it's going to have all of your images in here. Each product can have up to 99 images. So if you have an item that comes in a lot of different colors, you're able to upload those. I think you guys actually have some products that have more than 99 colors. Um, and if that's the case, I always recommend uploading the more popular ones, kind of going from the most popular down. That way, some of the colors that you don't sell a lot of don't take up the space. This is one that has a lot of colors too. So all of the information that the distributor sees is listed right here on your product. So it has all of your colors that are available for your product. It shows the important keywords. It shows you can also put in, I don't know why we don't have production times for you guys. It's a blank good, so would it be 1 day?
For well, we don't well, to what to ship it?
Yeah, from when the order comes in to when it's shipped out.
It's typically same day,
Okay.
unless it
Maybe
unless it
that's why
misses a
it's
cutoff time. Yeah.
cutoff time. Yeah. And then I know why you don't have a ship point because you have different warehouses that you ship from. Here's your main pricing. So when it comes to your apparel, the main pricing is going to be the small to extra large pricing. And it's usually the lower, I believe it's the lower cost. So it's going to be like your white. If your white's a different pricing. So that's what this is. On the options is where we detail out the different pricing for the different sizes as well as the different colors. Because you guys are a little bit different than most traditional promotional products companies because your products, it's not extra small to extra large, is all the same price regardless of the color. Yours can be broke out based on heathers and colors or whites and darks, different things like that. So this is where all of that is right here. So as you scroll down, it shows all of your pricing. So you want to make sure that you look to make sure the pricing is correct. Um, Make sure that everything is listed. There's not a size missing. I can almost ensure you there's not a size missing because I have gone through every single one of your products. I cannot tell you how many times to make sure all the sizes are there. If everything is correct and accurate, you would hit the edit button right here at the top. And you would just check the verified box or just hit save and it would verify it for you. As I mentioned, it's important to do that because of the visibility of your products. But just because your product is verified doesn't mean the pricing cannot be updated. So since everything is integrated now with your pricing, let's say you have another price change tomorrow, um, it will automatically update the pricing for you guys and the verification will not go away. If it's already verified and they just pricing change on it, it stays verified. The only time the verification would go away is if the product expires, which we don't let you guys expire, so you'll be good. Does anyone have any questions on that? So the
Okay,
So
second,
far,
Claudia.
no. So far,
oh,
no.
okay, perfect. So the second way that products can be verified is they can be verified in bulk as a spreadsheet. If you choose to use the spreadsheet, I do recommend that you go through manually, look at maybe about 10% of your products just to make sure that you don't see any issues. And when you do that, I recommend you going into different types of products. Don't just do 10% of your shirts. Do a little shirts, a little backpacks, a little, different types of products that you carry. Up here where it says bulk update, when you click on that, it gives you three options. So you have the download the current product listing. I'm going to go ahead and download that so you can see what it looks like. It is a very large spreadsheet, so don't let it overwhelm you when you see it because there's a lot of fields on every single product. And it's taking its little time. Normally, the bulk way is how most suppliers will verify their products. As I mentioned, they'll go through and look about 10 to 20% of their products to make sure everything is correct. I try to keep track of the products as well. I spot check your pricing whenever there's a new pricing that's updated in the system. So this is basically what the spreadsheet looks like. The only thing that is not on the spreadsheet is that options area that I just showed you that has the breakout of the sizes and the colors. That is not on the spreadsheet. Everything else is on here. But if you want to do in bulk, you would actually go all the way to the very end over here to the spreadsheet, which as you can see, it's very large. And column DP, David Paul, is the verified column. You would change it from false to true for all of your products. Once you do that, you save and close the spreadsheet. And then right here is where you would resubmit it. So you would just grab the file, put in your name, your address, catalog year and expiration date, and upload it. The nice thing about uploading the spreadsheet is it starts processing immediately. And depending on the number of products that you have, it could process really quickly, or it could take, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So you're not having to wait for it to process or anything. It will process immediately. And those are actually the two different ways that the products can be verified.
And really quick, using that file to verify, it's not going
Uh-huh.
to delete anything, is it?
No, it won't delete it. The only way it would delete anything, let me open that spreadsheet back up. So let's say, for example, you have a product that is discontinued. I know a lot of times you guys send that over to us and we will remove it from Sage, but you can also use the spreadsheet. So it's column F as in Frank. That's the discontinued column. If there's a product that you no longer want showing in Sage, you just change it from false to true. And when you upload the spreadsheet, it'll mark it as discontinued. But the nice thing about that is it does not delete the product. It's still going to be in the system. And if you ever want to reactivate it, you can actually come in here under the filter and say include discontinued products, and it will pull up those discontinued products. Even if you, like on that spreadsheet, if you delete a product off of that spreadsheet, it will not do anything to it in Sage. It won't delete it from Sage or anything. It just leaves it as it is. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here. So yeah. So if you delete it, it won't make changes to it at all, which makes it
So,
nice.
yeah. So potentially, if we have some products that we want to update, we could um, just create this file with the headers and the columns, but only include the lines for those products that we're updating.
Yes, yeah, you could, if you're updating, let's say, a section of your products, let's say you want to update, I'm going to use backpacks again. You want to update your backpacks, you can delete everything else. You can actually sort this system, so I could sort it by category. And you see it puts like all your aprons together, all your backpacks together. Let's say you're updating the aprons, you can delete everything else, update your aprons, and then upload it, and it will leave everything else as it is. It won't make any changes to them at all.
But you leave them in the document. You don't just upload the aprons.
You can just upload the aprons.
Okay.
Yep, you can delete them off. Or if you just don't want to see them, you could also just hide them. And you don't have to unhide it to upload it. The only thing you cannot delete on here is you can't delete the columns. You can't delete or add columns.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I have suppliers that use this to also add their products into the system as well. You can add new products using the spreadsheet, but the only thing with your particular types of products, because it's apparel and you have the sizes and the color pricing, that part has to be added in manually. But hopefully when we do a full product integration with you guys, it'll be done automatically. You won't have to worry about it. That's phase 3, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah. And there's no limit to the number of products that you list in our system. You can list as many products as you want. There's no limit to the number of people that log into the Sage Supplier Center. You can have as many login credentials as you want. You can have as many people logged in at the same time. But you just want to make sure that if you are logging in and you've got several people logging in, that you're not working on the same products, because you could potentially keep changing the information back and forth. And I know Ian has probably come across this in the past with the old app. If we were actually in updating your products, let's say you sent us new images to add in or something to that effect, you were not able to log in and do any edits on your products. With the new Supplier Center, you can. We can both be logged in. We just would not be able to go into the exact same product. So in other words, you won't be locked out of it like in the past. Aaron, did you want me to kind of show them what the products look like in Sage?
Anything, it's all new to us, so anything that you
Gotcha.
have that you want to share with us, I'm all for
Okay.
it.
Well, perfect. Just to give you guys a little bit of background, there's actually 3 tools that the distributor can use in order to locate products. What we're going to look at today is Sage Online. This is our flagship product. It's actually an application that is downloaded onto a Windows computer. We also have Sage Web and we have Sage Mobile. And Sage Mobile can be used on iPhones or Android devices, even iPads. So I went ahead and pulled up your product information within the system, and I just kind of want to show you what your products look like to the distributors. And I'll go back to and show you the different ways they can search because I think that's important that suppliers understand that. So this has all of your contact information on it. Distributors can also rate you guys, which you guys have an A+ rating. It shows them the contact information. It shows the ratings. Also, as a supplier, you can respond to ratings. I do encourage suppliers to respond to ratings, even if it's just a little, like this one right here says my first choice in apparel suppliers. Of course, that was done in 2022, but a little note on there that just says, thank you, we appreciate your business. It doesn't have to be a huge response. Ratings stay active for 2 years. So September 8th, this particular rating will actually drop off. Um, we do use AI technology within our tools. So this little review summary is AI technology, and what it has done is it takes any of these little comments that a distributor has written regarding your company and kind of put it into a summary to make it a little easier for the distributors to see what a great company you guys are. The general information, this shows the little details. It talks about what your cancellation policy is, that you don't have a minimum order. It talks about payment terms, return policies. We also give out rating awards, which you guys will probably get an A+ rating this year, because those come out in October. So we do give out rating awards. We also list the shows that you guys are going to be exhibiting at, or if you have multi-line reps exhibiting for you, those are listed here so that the distributors know where they can find you. If you do imprinting, we also have a way for you guys to list your imprint information. We don't currently have a catalog uploaded. I know a lot of suppliers are doing away with even doing catalogs, but we do have an ability to still upload like a PDF of your catalog. We also have a specials area. So if you guys have any specials that you ever list throughout the year, we can list that in our system. And what it does, it's kind of a nice tool because it will actually tag your products. And when a distributor is searching, let's say I was searching for a polo shirt, I can actually say filter it down to only specials, and it will pull those specials up for them. And a lot of times with apparel, that is the first search that a distributor will do. We also have this resource area, and it looks like you guys have a lot of information in here, but it's a way to upload additional information that could be related that the distributors can access. It could be videos, it can be links to certain areas on your website, it can be documents, it can be all kinds of things in this area. And then when you guys do advertising, any of these resources can actually be added to the ads that you guys, the electronic ads. So it kind of adds another depth to the advertising as well. So now I'm going to click on products. Perfect. And you guys do have an ad right here as well. So these are all of your products. Everything is in our system. We have what we call a default sort, which is a best match. And our best match is based on an algorithm. So that's what determines the order that the products show up in. And the algorithm includes popularity of the product, so how many views the product gets, if it's being put in presentations, purchase orders, things like that. It also includes your ratings, how long you've been an Advantage member, if you're providing inventory and order status into the system. But distributors can also resort it if they want to. They can sort by pricing, item numbers, ratings, things like that. The company wouldn't apply here, but when we do searches here in a second, you'll be able to see. So when I click into one of your products, just like the Sage Supplier Center, it's going to show all of the information that's listed for that specific product. So again, it's kind of like it's carried over with that little folder. So it shows their pricing. It shows that this one has been verified. If I hover over it, it'll show it was verified August 1st. So somebody on your team went in and actually verified that product. It shows the keywords. Now, the nice thing too about our system is every field is searchable. So if a distributor types in a keyword to kind of filter down their search, it's going to look in every single field listed on your product, and all fields are weighted the same. So it doesn't care if it finds it in the category or if it finds it in the keywords. It's going to just find it and then pull that product up. Once a distributor locates a product that they're interested in, they can do a couple of different things with that information. They can create a presentation, or they can go ahead and create a purchase order and have that sent over to you guys. It's real easy. If I want to create a presentation, I just click on that button, and it's going to take all of that information and add it to the presentation for me. If they're also proposing the imprinting, they can create a virtual sample of the product as well, showing what the imprint would look like on it. We do use AI technology within the presentation as well. So if you have a description here and the distributor's like, I just really want it to sound better, they can click the Enhance button and they can pick any of these options. They can even translate it to Canadian French or to Spanish. So if they wanted it to sound better, if they wanted it shorter or longer, they're able to do that. Once they're ready to send it over to their customer, let me do a preview here. It pulls all that information and they just send a link over to their customer. They can still create a PDF if their customer's a little more on the old-fashioned side and they want a PDF, they can create one. But they can send a link over and the link is interactive. So their customer can put comments on the products and then the distributor will be notified and they can come back and provide more information to their customer. So it's really kind of a two-way presentation. It's really kind of neat how it works. And then if the customer comes back and says, I really want to order this item, all they have to do is right here where it says create a form. They just say, okay, I'm going to create a purchase order. And it's going to create that purchase order to send over to you guys. I would put in all the details like how many I wanted, what I'd put what specific color, things like that. Cancel that. And
And currently
then
that sends us a PDF order.
yes, yes, it does. It's a PDF attached to an email. We do have an integration where you can automatically download those purchase orders with the API. And I've had some suppliers that have used that to also upload it into their system. Oh, it's taken forever today. The order forms that the distributors can create, they can customize them so they can put like their own letterhead on it. They can do themes. They can do different types for different types of customers that they have. There's no limit to the number of forms that they actually create. We also have a built-in CRM program so they can keep up with their clients. And one of the new things that we just added to that CRM is now it has text messaging capabilities as well. So they can actually text their customers from the CRM program. I think I just broke it. I may have to close it. Yeah. Sorry about that. I think I've worked it a little too hard today.
Right, like we don't want to connect to these other environments. We're good.
So currently we have a little over 1.4 million products listed in our database. So that's a lot of products for suppliers to, or for distributors to go through. We have a couple of different ways that they can actually search for products. This is kind of our old-fashioned screen. This is the very first screen that we came out for searching. So as you see, it has lots of different fields on here that they can filter their search by. We also have a little bit shorter one where they can just put in just a couple of things if they want to. And then we have a Google type search that they can use. I'm kind of old-fashioned, so I always use this one. We built in what we call an idea wizard. The idea wizard is to help a distributor come up with ideas for their customers if their customer has no clue what they want. So they can type in a little bit about the promotion or the event, or if there's a theme to the event, they could type that in. And the AI technology will actually search our database, and it searches all those fields that are filled in, and it will pull up a list of ideas that they can send over to their customer. And it's more like, it's not specific product ideas, it's more of category type ideas. But what I could do, let's see here, shirts, I could do polo, and I could be more specific. I could type in if I wanted it short sleeve or long sleeve. If I wanted it to have a pocket, I could do that. I can also search by a specific color, and that's why it's important to have an image of your product in every single color it's available in, because it can search that. I'm going to do red because that's one of my favorite colors. I can also put in a pricing. So if the distributor knows the budget, they could put in a high and a low price, and they could base that on the quantity. We also have where you can list where it's made, assembled, or decorated. If the supplier has a social good program, so if you donate a portion of your proceeds to a nonprofit organization, can list that as well. They can search by specific suppliers. So if they know that Sanmar has really great polo shirts and they want to see if they have something that fits their criteria, they could just put Sanmar's name in here. And then down here at the bottom, I can also search by specials. So I can do pricing specials, or I could do all specials. And what I mean by all specials, it could be imprinting specials, it could be setup charge specials, it could be shipping specials. It doesn't have to necessarily be pricing. So let me just do a search and see what I come up with. Okay, almost 3,000 products. And you can see that most of the images are red. So what that means is the supplier has actually uploaded those images, and they're uploaded correctly, and they're actually labeled correctly as well. I think this one is a sublimated, so it could actually technically be any color. So that's why it looks like that. Let's see. I was just looking. Now, this is where the best match comes into play. So this is how this order is determined based on the search. Now, again, this is a lot of products to have to go through. So I'm hoping a distributor would actually filter it down a little bit farther. They could even filter it down based on material. So if their customers looking for a certain material. I use this feature because we usually do shirts every year for our staff. And I love Sanmar shirts, and I specifically love the t-shirts that are tri-blend because they're lighter weight and they're really soft. So I use that as a search when I'm looking for that type of product. Now, if I wanted to filter it down based on a special, let's just do pricing special. Let's see what that comes up with. There's only 5 right now that fit that criteria. So over here where these little marks are, the little red mark, indicates that it's verified. The little price tag indicates that there's a special. So even if I didn't filter it down, I could just look for that little price tag and I could tell if there was a special listed. Oh, I'm still logged in as a Canadian. I'm sorry. So it's converting my pricing for me. Let me switch that real
Yeah.
quick. I'm doing a Canadian webinar tomorrow, so I was practicing. I'm in the office this week, and for some reason our internet is just, I have better internet at my house. And I live out in the middle of nowhere,
Everybody's rushing, get everything done at work.
I guess. Oh, come on. Well, anyways, so the pricing that's listed here is the regular price, or what we call the catalog price. And to see the special, they would actually click under this one right here. And this would give them all the information on that special. And this one just happens to be pricing. So it shows what the regular price is, and then what the special pricing is. And a flyer can also be uploaded. So if the supplier creates a flyer, they can actually upload that as well. And under here, you could also include like a promo code. That way you can track where the calls come from, where people see the special. Gives you a little bit more data to keep track of. So with that particular search, it was really helpful because it filtered it down to only 5 products. Now in the supplier center, I just kind of showed you the product data. I have a few areas that are my favorite. One is the performance and stats. I'm going to go ahead and click on it because it usually takes a while. We kind of expanded on our statistics last year when we introduced this web version. Previously, we only provided you guys with how many views the product got and things like that. We didn't really break it down based on each individual product. Now we give you more product specific type statistical information. We added these little charts right here. This top chart is information on your company as a whole. So it shows profile views, which means they looked at your contact information. When I talk about website clicks, that means they were looking in Sage, they saw your website in Sage, they clicked on it and went directly to your website. The same thing with the email clicks. They had a question, they saw your email address, they clicked on it to email you guys directly. These can also be filtered out just by clicking on them. So if you only want to see one chart, you're able to do that. And then we provide all the numbers right over here on the right-hand side. This information is product information. So it shows distributor views, how many products have been put into a presentation, into a project center, into a presentation, how many in purchase orders, if it was saved into the filing cabinet for a later date. And then it shows end buyer views. And when I talk about end buyer views, that means the end buyer saw your products on a Sage distributor website, because just, end buyers don't have access to our search tools. Wow, look how many orders you guys had in the last 30 days. That's a lot.
Keep them coming.
I know, right? So then it breaks it down the numbers here. Down towards the bottom, we also provide you with your most popular products, and this is based on views only. And it goes up to your top 100 most popular products. Then we have your top 100 products based on engagement, so how those products were actually used, where they put in presentations, purchase orders, and things like that. So you'll see a little bit of a difference here with regards to those. But my favorite part is this product area. This is where it breaks it down and gives you information on a product specific area. This can actually be exported into a CSV file. You can change your dates up here. So if you wanted to start at the beginning of the year and go current, you're able to do that. Or if you wanted to do all of last year. And then once you export it, you can actually sort it however you want to sort it. So if you want to sort it by orders, you can do that. And Aaron, just to let you know too, we are coming out soon with a new API where you'll be able to use the API to download all the statistical information so you can populate it into maybe a dashboard or something that you guys have.
Nice.
Yes, and it's going to include your advertising statistics, your product statistics, and it's also going to include, you know, this product was added to present, to purchase orders, and this was the dollar amount. So it's going to be as specific as what the dollar amount was for those products as well. The global area shows, like the total number of overall distributor searches and then the total number of end buyer searches. I always find this funny because you can tell where the weekends are because they drop dramatically for the distributor side. We also show the top 10 most popular categories. Shirts is always in the top 10, but you'll start seeing towards the end of this quarter and the first of the fourth quarter, you start seeing jackets in here and things like that. And then we also list the top 10 most popular products, and this is based on views. And then we have our top 10 most popular suppliers, and right now you guys are number 2. The other really cool areas, we have this distributor search. So if you have a distributor that calls you and wants to do business with you and says, "Oh, I'm a member of Sage. I saw your products on Sage," but you guys have never done business with them, you can actually look them up here, and you can look them up by these different criterias. I'm just going to type in that, and it will give you their Sage number, so you can verify their Sage number. If they have a PPAI number, it will be on here as well. And it will provide you with contact information, email address, and things like that. So it's a good way to verify people, or if maybe you have a bad email address for somebody, you can come in here and see if we have a newer email address. We have a database maintenance team, and that's all they do is help maintain our database, which is, to me, is a lot of work. Seems like a lot of work. A new area that we added last year to the supplier side is the communities. We've had this on the distributor side for a long time. It's kind of like group discussions as Facebook for the promotional products industry. We have 2 supplier-only communities. So we have the supplier community, and then we also have a Canadian supplier community. So you can talk with, and communicate with other suppliers. And then we have some communities that are both distributors and suppliers. The general discussion, we have artwork and graphics, industry news, and trade show talks. Distributors will come in here and post things when they're looking for specific products. They will also post if they've, had a good experience with a supplier. They'll let them know that. We also monitor this. So if we do find a distributor that is looking for a product, we will search our database and help them locate that product as well. But as a supplier, you're also able to search in this or post in this area as well. So for example, this, I believe, is a supplier named Boxed Up. So they're letting people know that you can upgrade your promotional items. The only thing that I say is if you do post anything about your products here, let's say you have a new product you're introducing or you have a special on a product you can post in here, just don't put pricing in because all suppliers have access to this. It's just best to not start like a pricing war within the communities. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm going to give you a test now.
This is all you, Nadia.
Haha. Wow, it looks like a very powerful system. I am not sure, Aaron. I mean, you can share your thoughts with me later,
Sure.
like how this would relate to like our team,
Yep.
what we do.
We'll take a review of it afterwards.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, and if you guys think of any questions, just shoot me an email over too, because I know sometimes after you kind of sit with it for a little bit, you might think of some questions, but it is a very robust system. We currently have 45,000 distributor users using our tools, and that's in the US and Canada. So it gets a lot of activity on a daily basis.
Wow.
Yeah. And my team is responsible for the data. So we work with the suppliers, make sure the data is in good condition because we want you guys to get the best visibility possible. We want you to get those sales that are coming from Sage. We don't want your products just to sit there and not get any visibility. So my team does a really great job about reviewing the products and then meeting with the suppliers and going through the best way to actually update that information. And me and Aaron are like good buddies now. We spend a lot of hours and tears together.
We're making progress, so everything's good.
Yes, I know, definitely. I know I told my boss, I was like, okay, pricing's done now. What am I going to do? I don't have anything else to do right now.
You're gonna celebrate and maybe look at your time off and
Yes, exactly. Go on a cruise, maybe.
sounds great.
Yeah, definitely. I will continue to work with you guys, on anything that you need. If you have questions about if your product data, you feel like your product data is not the best it could be, I think we do all your updates for you for the most part. So hopefully it should be in good shape, because we know what we're doing. But feel free to reach out if you have any additional questions, and I'll get this link over to you as well, Aaron.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions?
Nadia, did you have any?
Um, I think I'm good.
I know it's a lot of
It's a lot of
information.
information.
Yeah.
I'm like still trying to kind of wade through and to figure out what's gonna be relevant to
Hmm.
me, like where our team would come in. But good to have an overview regardless.
Well, good.
Great.
Yeah. Just let me know if you guys have any additional questions. I'm here to help you out.
Thank you. I appreciate your time
Thank
today.
you. Thank
Oh, you're
you.
so welcome. You guys have a good rest of the day.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks, you too, Carmen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.